why you need to start recording AMAPIANO, bro. AMAPIANO vocals ASAP, bro. It's because, bro, the new wave of piano, everybody's putting in vocals. So today, bro, we're gonna do something like that. We're gonna put in vocals. You get me? We're gonna put in vocals on this track. We already produced it. I showed people how to produce. If you didn't watch my if you didn't watch that video how we produced the beat and you're interested, uh just watch my previous video. I'll leave it in the description box. Okay, so this is the beat basically. Just like this. So this is how I record my vocals. This is how I record my vocals. You get me? This is how I record my vocals. So I'm gonna start off by writing, right? From here I'm gonna freestyle it because I didn't prepare for this. Mixy. All right, so we're gonna record the full vocal. I'm gonna show you guys how I normally do it. I'm gonna record the 8 bar, like 8 bar from here today as my chorus, or maybe just do a 16. No, let's see. Mixy. Alright, so that's the thing. We're gonna hear it now. We're gonna fix it, right? We're gonna fix it. I already know it doesn't sound good. Get me? So what you're gonna do is send it to a channel already. So I'm gonna, because I've got the reason why one of the things I also want you to record, you wanna have all your instruments playing because you can adjust what is sounding harsh so that the vocal sits nice. You get me? That's why we're recording it like this. Before, when as an amateur, I would go and make this in make my beat and audio then record, which is a very terrible idea. You don't do that. You get me? So yeah. So I'm gonna send it to the mixer. Then I'm gonna send it to let me send it to 14 maybe. Yeah, 14 is top. Okay. Mixy. Alright, so if you hear my vocal, you hear that there's some noise in the background because I have not isolated my studio professionally. You hear that there's that noise. So if you don't have a professional studio and you're still starting out like me, what you can do here, bro, is very simple. Just open Edison to clear out the sound. You get me? So you get a clean sound. So you're just gonna get Edison there like that, and then yeah, one thing you're gonna do is just like clear out that noise. You get me? That's the first thing. But if you have a professional studio, you don't need to do this because your system is already treated. You get me? It's treated with good quality sound so that the voices don't bounce around. You get me? But for us who are starting out, this is the best way to do it. I normally do it twice. You get me? I normally do it twice. But one thing about this, it's the downfall of this. Sometimes it might decrease the quality of your audio. So it's good to just have a good studio. You get me? All right. But in this case, it didn't. Mixy. Alright, so you can see my vocals already sound dope. Sounds like I'm one of the famous artists in South Africa. One of the things that you gotta do here is that when we start mastering, you always wanna start with paramedic EQ, right? So when we start paramedic EQ, it's a stock plugin. I'm gonna use stock plugin for you guys, even though I've got hot plugins that you can see here, Horizon, whatever, but I'm gonna stick to this one so I show you guys how it's done. First and foremost, I like to start with the number 1 and take it to high pass. You get me? because we're gonna take out the lows, these mad lows, those subtracts. You see, mixy, 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 mixy. So what I normally like to do is like I like to exaggerate it, then I'll bring it back. Mixy, 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 mix. Okay, right. Then what I like to do also is like I like before I focus on the low mid, I like to focus on the mid here first because this is where we get all that quality, where we get all the quality things inside there. So yeah, let's do that. So I like to first exaggerate it, like I said. Mixy, mixy, mixy. This is one part that allows us the vocals to be glued with the beats. It's where we get to sound it like it glues the music. So if this is very high, it will not sit in the beat. Yeah. Mixy, 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 mixy. Alright, so we just wanna get the vocals to sit nice. So I'm gonna play with the beat and see if the EQ is sitting nicely. Mixy, 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 mixy. Alright, so it's sitting nice. So the next thing that we wanna do is add another EQ. Bro, you can even add 12 EQ as long as your song sounds nice. But on my side I like to keep it as 2, but there's no limiting. So what I like to do is drop these things down automatically. When pre EQ is default, I just drop everything down. Then I just come and I cut those because I know I'm gonna get the sounds in here. So I like to take them out from there. Then I'm gonna listen and get those harsh sounds. Mixy, 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 mixy. So those out, you get me? Mixy, mixy. So sometimes when I hear it playing by high mid playing too high as I play this thing, I like to also go here on the EQ and just try to decrease it down like that. Because I know because I already picked up a high sound from there, you get me? Mixy, 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 mixy. Nanole. Mixy, 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 mixy. Okay, so we take out the lows. So one of the other things I like to do is high pass and then of course again gentle, you get me? So and then do it like this. Do it like this. Mixy, mixy. Then we get the vocal sitting nicely. Now, if we didn't have the vocal sitting nicely, what would have happened is that we'd have something like this. Well, let me play it so you guys you get it without the vocals. What would have happened? Yeah. So let me play and you guys can hear. Mixy. Yeah. So you guys, let me play it. Mixy, 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 mixy. You see how what the EQ does, right? And then what I like to do before I go anywhere else is to add because some of us, bro, we're not. I mean, I can sing, not to lie, but I like to just add I like to add this thing called auto tune, and I add two. This is the one that we get from this odd whatever we get it from here. So I like to do it like this. So I normally know where I sound. I like to put this at 15, my humanizer at 15 or 16, then bring this one to about 35. You get what I mean? 35, 36, something like that. Yeah.
Mixy, mixy, mixy,
And then change
mixy, 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 mixy.
all right, so our key was F, so I bring the key there and I know it's F minor. Cool. Then what I do again is that I bring another one from FL Studio. If you don't have the one I just used, you can use the one in FL Studio called Picture. It's also dope, pure. It's dope as hell. So I like to bring it yet too close to a female, you know, because female voices are dope, you get me? So then what I do now is just bring it to F there. Then I put the first about 70 something or 60. I like to hear it when I play it.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
All right, so the next thing I like to do is compression. So you're gonna follow the step. Number one is EQ. Number two, is auto tune. Number three is compressor. And what the compressor does, bro, it's let me explain it using Fruity Limiter because Fruity Limiter explains it better. So what the compressor does, because when we play, right, when we play these vocals, the vocals are everywhere. As you can see here, I've got big audio, then here I've got small ones. What we want is to make sure that these big ones also look like these small ones. You get me? So what we need to do is that's why we use this thing called Fruity Compressor. You get me? You don't need to know a lot about this. All you need to know is how it functions. What it does is that it makes the vocals in a straight line, meaning they're gonna play in the same volume. That's what it does. And how do we do it? Is that I like to use this graph here to see. You get me? To see where I'm going and stuff. So yeah, let's do it. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
So you're gonna look for the lowest point and then put it there, like somewhere like that.
Mixy, 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 mixy,
Dope, dope, dope.
mixy, mixy.
All right. So now I like to just with the ratio, I like to just bring it in this line like this. Okay.
Mixy, mixy,
With a compressor.
mixy, 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 mixy.
Lovely. So I like to bring another extra compressor. I like to have two of each. I'll see two EQs, two compressor. Bro, I'm outside. Like that's how I do it. So this was 1.7, as you can see from the 1.7. Then the threshold was like, I think, let's see from here, it was what? 20. I'm gonna take it to 21. Just take it to 21, like they leave it there. Then I wanna bring this to like 10 because what happens to the attack is like how fast I want those vocals, those are high to come down. You get me? That's what we're doing with the attack. So I'm gonna bring this to soft, not hard, soft, and then yeah, let's hear it.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
All right. So next thing I like to do is to add this thing called Sandagwiser because it adds warmth into the song. Right? You gotta just pick from A to B.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
I love A. It sounds dope.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
Then I like to add a multi-bander compressor because I just like to give it a warm. You get what I mean?
Mixy, mixy.
And I like to decrease the volume bit because it comes in harsh.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
You can see those S are a bit high, so you gotta bring it down here by the, you get me? By the 50
Mixy, 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 mixy.
Sometimes you gotta go back and forth just to get that right sound. You get me? That's what mixing is all about. Then the next thing what I like to do, because I'm done with everything here, all right? What I like to do is add chorus. Just don't touch it. I just add it to 35 like that. Then what I also add is the flangers. You get what I'm saying? Flangers. Then also I drop it like this. Now the next thing that we do is to get the reverb going. So I'm gonna show you how to do a reverb. If you're around, you can use a reverb calculator on Google. It's free, right? It's free. But for me, I already know already I've been practicing this, so I already know what my deck must look like. So this my deck must have 2.9, 2.9, because I'm in a small room. Then my delay must be 36. You get me? Then I drop this dry down, then I bring the weight a bit down to about 10%, 11 there. Then I also don't want the bass, you get me? Then I bring in the low a bit. Alright. Then what I do is that I send it to here, right? Now this is how it sounds.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
All I can do now is control this button, you get me?
Mixy, 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 mixy.
Dope, 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 dope. Okay, let's play it with the beat.
Mixy, 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 mixy. Mixy, 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 mixy.
So this part, I wanna show you guys what I can do with my voice to show you guys I can really sing.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
Okay, so we're gonna get it right now. I'm gonna do that vocal for you guys so you can hear it, né? Alright, let's do it.
Mixy, 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 mixy,
Alright, so you can hear that now. We're gonna get it. We're gonna shift it a bit just to get. So I'm gonna take it back to, I think it was 14. Wait, yeah, 14. So bring it a bit up. What I'm gonna do is just decrease the volume because you know it's the other vocals I got on, right? Stop recording.
Mixy, 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 mixy,
So basically that's how you record your vocals, right? And then we have sometimes people wanna do backups and stuff like that, bro. It's the same process. You just gonna repeat the same thing I showed you here, bro. Same thing, bro. It's not difficult, it's easy. I'm keeping this tutorial short because I want you guys to learn. If I drop a lot of knowledge, it should be like I'm just slapping things in your face. So I want to take it slow by slow, then you guys can understand what I'm doing. Alright, bet guys, stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe if you've watched till the end. If you didn't watch till the end, it's shy. But yeah, man, stay blessed.